Today, guys, we're gonna see Agent. Okay, he's gonna pocket watch MrBeast and then tell him why he's the richest YouTuber out there, and even richer than all the streamers, and why he dominates the game. So let's go ahead and watch it. By the way, W Agent, credits to Agent00 everything.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we pocket watch the one and only MrBeast.
The one and only.
All right, already broke the chalk. Okay, so
MrBeast to Mr. Jimmy.
Obviously, I am the most prolific pocket watcher in online content creating history. Look, this is gonna be a little bit bigger and more challenging.
Professional pocket watcher.
Than that, because I think this is more than content creation. MrBeast is nothing short of an absolute business Goliath. It's gonna be hard, I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's not just looking at views per month and trying to guesstimate how many ads he's running and different platforms, monetization and brand deals. This is so much more than that. He makes way more revenue off platform than he does on any of the platforms. So it's not just active income, it's overall net worth.
Exactly. Feastables, the chocolate deals, chocolate brands, the other channels that he has, the other businesses that he has outside of YouTube, because he generates traffic from YouTube, all the things. So let's go and break it down right now.
Generates hundreds of millions.
I mean, see him breaking down.
Of dollars. So this will be challenging, but we're gonna try our best, okay? So we're gonna do it, and we're gonna subdivide it in a bunch of different sections. We're gonna start with one. We're gonna do YouTube. Of course, he has a bunch of different channels. He has his philanthropy channel, his gaming channel, he has a second channel, and he has his main channel. So
MrBeast Gaming, MrBeast Reacts, MrBeast 1, MrBeast 2, MrBeast Philanthropy, MrBeast. I forgot right now, but he's got somewhere, I think he's got somewhere close to 20 something channels, but the MrBeast channel is like 6 or 7. I'm not sure. And then he's got so many other ones on the side.
So we're going to combine all those, and then there might be some other channels as well. We're going to all kind of group them together and assume they get the same CPM, same average cost per mil. So otherwise it's going to take centuries to do it. But I think I can get a good number on this. This part, I don't think is going to be that challenging, okay? 2, brand deals. This one's going to be kind of tough because they're probably
sponsorships and brand deals.
Probably going to be divided across, like, you know, some on Instagram, some on YouTube, some on different platforms. And I think this one's going to be really tough because I'm going to be honest, there's really no brand that could reasonably afford to do the brand deals that MrBeast could realistically charge for. So his rate is probably capped because of how large of a channel he is, if I had to guess. But I think this is going to be a big category. Number 3, we'll do businesses. We'll write businesses, and we'll have to separate Feastables, his chocolate business, versus like the toy stuff that he does, and I'm going to need your help. This is going to be, it's going to be our toughest one yet, I'll be honest with you guys, okay? I don't think he makes, you know, relative to the rest of the income, I don't think TikTok revenue is going to matter much. Investments, there's genuinely no fucking way for me to know his investments. Genuinely no chance.
There's no way. And also, besides that, even Agent said that once. I don't think he's much of a, it's impossible to know, of course, but I don't think he's much of a stocks person to have a portfolio and everything, because pretty much all of his money, he just reinvests in the company and in the brand. So he may own a few stocks here and there, who knows? But I genuinely think that he's much more of a guy who just puts everything back into the business than anything else.
Genuinely. And if I had to guess, I think he reinvests all his money back into businesses. So I think all the money goes right back here. I don't think he's a heavy real estate player. If he has a stock portfolio, it's probably not a large percentage of his revenue. He probably put all his money right back here. I think most content creators that believe in themselves would do the same. We might leave it with
exactly 3. I mean, I think it depends on your profile as a risk taker, because some people, they might have been through so much that if they get the opportunity to grow, they're not going to just put everything back into business, because, you know, otherwise if it fails, they don't want to go back to like bankruptcy, or, you know, like go back to like a low level of money, and it should put it that way. So it really depends on the profile of the person. But because he's already established influencer, then sure, I don't think he's gonna go bankrupt ever. I don't know. He's got too much influence. Even if he loses money, he has a lot of connections and influence. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but I don't think he would ever go back to like being broke again.
Businesses is gonna encompass a lot of the stuff y'all saying, like Beast Games and shit like that. and Beast Burger. Beast Burger is pretty much RIP if I'm not mistaken. They had a whole situation publicly about like the company that was running the operations for it, and there was a whole lawsuit and stuff like that.
Yo, I didn't know that.
So if I'm not mistaken, that shit is dead. And if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't that profitable. It probably made that profitable. It probably made tens of millions of dollars, but relative to what we're probably going to talk about today, not that profitable. All right, so let's start with social media. Let's go YouTube. So we'll divide his channels first. We'll get the views per video. We got to take a look at the watch time, and then we're going to try and calculate how much money he's generating straight through AdSense, through YouTube's ad system, all right? So there's MrBeast, boom. There is Beast Gaming, boom. There is Philanthropy, okay, and then there's the second channel. So I'll just write down 2 for that. All right, okay. Real quick, am I missing any other channels?
Yes, some of the channels, the reacting channel.
Beast Reacts? Fuck me, man. I forgot he had that channel. All right, Reacts.
It's crazy. I think he's got 15 million subs in that channel. Insane.
Okay, so I'll tell you what MrBeast is really good at, okay? And honestly, it's something that I've been trying to do. MrBeast Gaming and View Stats. I'm not gonna lie, I just canceled my fucking View Stats subscription, so I might have to get another one. Fuck it, it is what it is. MrBeast does a really good job at finding ways to monetize like simple content, gaming, reacts, so that he could put the money into other areas that are more meaningful, like other businesses, big videos on the YouTube channel, the Beast Games, some of the philanthropy stuff.
Okay, so this is actually a genius idea. So the way he leverages himself is through doing more basic content, and then the money he makes from it, he does other meaningful things, just like Agent said, which is, I think it's absolutely a great strategy, because some people, they just cannot afford to, you know, like have high equipment to do high quality videos. So for example, say there's documentary channels, which is like super high end, like uses Blender or Cinema 4D and super complex motion graphics and storytelling. Some of these channels, they're super hard to do all by yourself. So it's hard to maintain consistency if you don't blow up like super quick. And it's like it can take months for you to do a video, and it's really not that simple, and you have to like pretty much sustain yourself whilst you're doing this, and it's really not that simple. So what this strategy is actually solid to try and grow other things outside of it, because for example, I want to do this YouTube as more of a reacting channel, but I don't just want to make reacting content. I want to make other types of content as well. I have other channels as well, but it falls down into the same principle. Like, it is hard for you to grow a super complex channel if you don't have that much experience or money or time or a little bit of everything at the same time, or connections. So you got to kind of work around it, and he's a genius when it comes to it.
He does. Like, if everything you did was complicated and expensive, you wouldn't get anything done, right?
Exactly. It's actually a great lesson for all of y'all, even for me. This is a great lesson. I wish I had somebody telling me that when I first started doing YouTube, that I think I've tried to do too many complex things, which gave me so much knowledge and so much experience, but I just wasted so much time because I was just trying to do something so complex that I might break it down to you guys later on, but I wish somebody were to tell me this in the beginning, that sometimes when you're starting out, just don't try to not do something too complex unless you like blow up super quick, because otherwise you're just going to lose yourself in the process, because it can get so complex. Like the amount of things, especially storytelling videos, if you want to use Unreal Engine and super high end, super high quality content, this could be very much time consuming. Like I'm talking about, it can take you months, possibly even a year to do a video, and that's with a team. That's how complicated it can get. I'm not even kidding, because you can literally turn YouTube into a movie, almost like a Hollywood level movie type thing, if you want to get to that level.
So even for me,
or I don't know, maybe a documentary Netflix style, like super high end.
Like the reacts I do cost me nothing. Nigga, I just chill on stream, nigga, vibe with y'all, give me my fucking shitty takes, pause the video 100 times, and overreact. But it
pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Generates money that I can use to, do other things. So I feel like he does a really good job at drawing from different audiences, you know? Like it's
Like very smart, you know, thingy.
easy for him to think gaming is not a big enough niche, but he knows like he also wants to appeal to gamers because like even if he doesn't game all that much, if the niche is big enough, you might as well. Feel me? It's the same reason why Ferrari came out with a fucking SUV. Ferrari doesn't believe in an SUV, right? They don't give a fuck about making. In fact, they were against making SUVs for a long time. But the market was big enough, and eventually they came out with an overpriced SUV. So that's essentially what he does. The SUV for Ferrari will farm bread that they could use so that they can invest it in some of their expensive
Farm bread. That's such a nice link.
ideas that they have, supercars and things of that nature. He also has a bunch of different channels in different languages. That used to be the case, just so you guys know. Now it's all consolidated. You can scroll through the different languages provided in, so you don't need separate channels for it anymore. And it all
How many languages? Is that 20 languages? Vietnamese, Turkish, Thai. Yo, Thailand is complicated as fuck, guys. I met a Thailand friend in Roblox, and she taught me a little bit of her language. Dude, this is the most complex thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Let me see if I think I wrote it down. I wrote it down here. Just so y'all know, I'm not like capping or lying to y'all. I'm not lying to y'all. I'm actually, here it is. Russian. I was trying to learn Russian. This is Russian. Not sure if y'all can see it right. Let me see something else. Thai. It's here. It's here. This is, I think it's Finnish. I'm not sure. And then Thai. Thai is right here. Oh, it's kind of hard because y'all not going to be able to see. It's not focusing. But yeah, this is a little bit of Thai. I think it's like, how are you in Thai? This is Finnish. And there's other complicated things here. Polish as well. I was just testing out a couple of things because I was just trying to learn freaking 40 languages. But I realized it's too complex for me and I couldn't handle it. So I had to stop. But maybe one day, who knows?
Views under the same video. They've been doing that for like the last year. I think he was the first person to get access to that like beta program. So, and I'm not mistaken, he gets like really famous voice actors. So like if you prefer to listen to it in Japanese, he gets like famous Japanese voice actors that you could probably recognize if you know pay attention to that in your Japanese. And then boom, like now all the Japanese people are like, nigga, is that this person from this show? So, I mean, if we're talking about farming, you know what I'm saying? That nigga know how to farm, bro. Look, pocket watching is all about watching that money come in.
Hold on, let me just put my face here.
Once that money's in, you gotta manage the money. You gotta grow the money. That's why I use today's sponsor, Chime. Look, Chime has a lot of different features that help make managing your money a lot easier. I know a lot of banks have pesky fees and all types of minimum balance requirements so they can get you, feel me? Charge you every single month. Chime doesn't have any of that. Zero.
Calma, com o consórcio Maicon você vai conseguir comprar uma casa igual seus pais fizeram antigamente, tá tudo bem. Olha,
Dollar minimum. They have a bunch of different features that make it easy for you to manage your money. They have
At time.
a whole savings feature. Let's start there. You can set a goal and you can watch yourself slowly work towards it as the money comes in. We're talking about savings. Your money's never locked up. It's easily accessible. So if you ever need your money, you got it. Easily accessible. And on top of that, Chime is able to offer some of the best rewards in the entire industry because they don't have to deal with the same overhead costs that traditional banks do. And they pass those savings on to you. Less overhead. Savings. Your funds are FDIC insured through Chime's bank partners, so you don't have to worry about that. FDIC. When it comes to your phone, when it comes to apps and games, people are quick to update. They're always with the times. But when it comes to managing your money,
Man, bro, is this never gonna end?
2 days early on. Hear me? Did you banking is /. They make the views per
Let's continue with the video.
month from these different channels.
It's probably making a lot of money with
What's the actual fuck?
Okay, so what channel is this? This is the MrBeast. This is the main MrBeast channel. Hold on, I'm gonna just put it right here. Yeah, this is the main MrBeast channel. He the estimated earnings goes from $9.8 million to $156 million. $156 million. I think the average here would be like $100 million a year, just off of AdSense alone, plus the other things that he does.
Gang, that's a crazy number. That is such a fucking crazy number.
This is a crazy number.
That is an insane number. That is
ridiculous.
Such a fucking insane number. It's almost hard for me to do the math in my head because of how many digits are involved here. 3 billion views in the last 30 days. I don't even know if I've gotten 3 billion views total over the course of my entire fucking life across all my channels. I probably haven't. I probably am not even like, wow. Okay, views equal 3
Guy's an actual beast.
billion. All right? We'll take a look at some of the other metrics in a bit, but let's get the views for all of them quick. MrBeast Gaming. 183 M's. Okay? It's crazy to think like this is still hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on an expired channel he does not post on, his Spanish channel, because again, he all just posted on MrBeast. He's making
2021. That was freaking 6 years ago. 5 years ago.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on one of his many dozens of channels he doesn't use anymore. Passive income, fucking passive income, bro. Views, 256 M's. Oh wow, he probably doesn't post on this one anymore. 18 million. He's doing Agent Zero numbers. I'm not gonna lie, chat. There might be no fucking point in including this one. He also has MrBeast animations. All right.
MrBeast animations?
Do we fucking include that, my nigga?
What?
Whatever. Falling off. You know what's crazy? That's more views than my main channel gets, bro. Yo, that's fucking crazy, man. I absolutely forgot something, and I'm gonna have to use view stats for this. One sec, chat. Because one thing that I forgot to account for on the main channel that would make a big difference is long form views versus the short form views, bro. Because obviously the short form's not gonna make any money, but the long form will make a lot of money. Man, oh my God. Oh, that does make a big difference, bro. That makes a really big difference. So this is gonna sound crazy, chat. Only 620 million of that is long form views. That
Only?
actually, I have to erase this because that
Quote unquote only?
makes such a large difference. All right, so it's 620 million. All right, and then short form, I put short form underneath it, 2.3 bill. So let's collectively do some math now. Okay, we're gonna add together all the short form and the long form views, okay? Boom. 620 million. Plus 124 million. Plus 18 million. Plus 12 million. Plus 43 million. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's like right under a billion. 817 million long form views. Short form, we gotta do the math. 200 million. Plus 40
This is insane, dog.
million. Plus 2.3 billion. So it would be 2.54 billion. Sorry, my
2.5 billion?
brain's a little slow when it comes to math. $2.54 billion. Dollars. Soon. I guess soon. 2.54 billion. Okay.
This is crazy, dog.
So we did all that to get these numbers here. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is genuinely the hard part. It's like once numbers get this high, it's like genuinely pretty fucking hard to fathom it almost like it exceeds like the cap in my fucking brain. So I'm gonna have to do my best. Billion.
Exceeds the cap.
The B word. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna figure out what the 100 million number looks like. So let's do some quick math, chat. Let's do some quick.
Like W lesson, because this is a really good video. Not only is he showing the amount of money he makes, but it's also a great lesson for anybody who's actually trying to start YouTube, out there, including me, because I'm also a beginner myself. You know, I'm not professional. I haven't even reached 1,000 subs, and I'm just trying to learn. You know, through reacting or through other types of content, through other channels I had. I've tested so many things. Y'all have no idea how many things I tested already, guys. And this is a W video because it's teaching you A little bit of Mr. Beast structure, which is kind of cool.
Math, okay? So if we go to the MrBeast channel, all right, there's a few things that matter here that we got to consider. One is the length of the video. 30 minutes, 16, 23, 23, 41, 37. So we can say on average like 28 minutes, okay? And the reason that matters is because the longer the video,
the higher watch time, right? Higher the watch time, the more he makes per minute, I guess. I think he can put more ads into the video.
the more ads you'll have placed throughout. So YouTube's AdSense is essentially an auction. And so the way it works is whatever the lowest it's an auction. It's just as simple as that. But you can't have reserved ads. So if I have a brand and I specifically want my ads to show up on MrBeast channel, I could do that. I could target specifically MrBeast videos, but you pay a pretty significant premium for that. And you can sell those in bundles, and sometimes you could even directly sell ads using AdSense as well. So whatever you think his CPM is probably more because MrBeast appeals to the average advertiser a lot. But on the other side of the spectrum, his CPM could potentially be lower because of how international he is, okay? Everybody essentially wants the American audience. The American market has the highest CPMs because Americans spend their whole life making money and spending money.
Correct.
Most other countries aren't like that. Most other countries don't have the same ad spend, and most other countries' CPMs are way lower.
It's way lower. In Brazil, the CPMs are way lower here. You'd have to make, because I said that because I'm Brazilian myself, you'd have to have like 5 times the amount of views usually for you to get the same amount of money that you would have made with, like I said, 5 times as slow in the US. But that depends on many things, of course. It depends on the topic of the video or your channel and so many other things, right? But usually that's kind of how it works. This is why the American audience is most likely the best. The best, bro. You the best, bro.
Depending on their economy. And so MrBeast could also potentially be nerfed because a viewer in India, for example, is not going to make him the same amount of money as a viewer from America.
But he's going to make money from both ends, won't he? Like, he's going to make money from both American and the Indian audience as well.
It's just
because it's too famous now.
The advertisers in India don't spend as much as advertisers from America spend a fuck ton. You see it in Super Bowl, right? So it's kind of difficult to tell whether or not his CPM would be extra high or extra low based on those two very key variables. And he truly is probably the most global YouTuber in terms of where all his viewers come from. So if I had to guess, I would say it leans a little bit on the higher side. And the only other thing going on in my brain is there's a chance there's an inventory problem. There's a chance that YouTube doesn't even have enough ads in their system for a nigga that average 100 million views.
Just out of context, he is subscribed to CoffeeZilla.
Views per video. And that could, considering it's an auction, drive the price down. That being said,
he's got 100 million views per video. Per video, bro. Look at that. 89 million in one, 107 in the next one, 56 million on this one, 89 million this one, 138, 168, 114, 125. It's pretty consistent.
Considering it's an auction, drive the price down. That being said,
Mr. Pocket Watch. Professional pocket watcher.
Okay. Hold!
He's doing his witchcraft.
Wait. Okay. All right. Based on my calculations, MrBeast. So this is how I'm doing the math. I'm dividing this shit up, and based on the sliding variables, some of which aren't clear to us, for every 100 million long form views he gets, and keep in mind, this is average CPM across all these genres, right? Some of these genres probably make more than others do. Facts. For every 100 million views, he's making around $12 million. Okay? And I'll be honest with you, I think that's a little conservative. Okay? I almost went 50 million, but I'd I don't want to be too aggressive with the number, Gango. Okay. So that being said, all we have to do is times 12 million by 8.17. Goodness gracious me, oh my. According to my calculations, Mr.
Ooh, let's see.
Beast makes $98 million a year.
A year, a month? A month, right? That's a month.
A month? Off long form views alone. This is a month.
This is insane.
More like 9.8. Yeah, okay, buddy.
No way. I think honestly, I'm not sure if it's real, but I heard someone say that Speed makes $9 million a month with YouTube alone. Because he's pulling up so many views and like sales and all the things that he does, memberships, everything.
Yeah.
Speed is making $9 million a month. MrBeast most likely doing like 10x that money.
9.8 if every person in his audience lived in a third world country. Yes, that probably will be true. Short form might be
in a third world country, dog.
A little bit more of a bitch to calculate. I'm looking at the number. I'm waiting for it to be wrong. That's the real number. Fuck me. Even that's higher than even I fucking thought it would be. And by the way, I want to remind you, that is the fucking conservative number, bro. Short form views. This one is a little bit more of a nightmare to calculate because it really does depend. It really does depend. It depends on a lot of factors, a lot of factors. And I imagine TikTok revenue might be a little relevant here if you combine it with like YouTube Shorts revenue, because this
and it also varies too much, right? Because it's I think ad revenue, it's really hard to rely 100% on ad revenue because it varies too much, even for MrBeast, of course. But although he's really super established today,
this Shorts number we're looking at, this 2.54 billion is only YouTube Shorts. This one is a little variable, but I'll be honest, relative to the long form number, is not gonna move the needle that much. Okay? He made $5 million.
In 1 month, he makes more than most of y'all are gonna make in a lifetime. And this is just straight up insane to me. And that's in a first world country. I'm not even talking about a third world country. In a third world country, bro. I don't even want to talk about third world countries because this is actually sad. You know, that $98 million on a third world country such as Brazil or Africa or anywhere in Africa, or I don't know, some poor country, you know, I don't know, Cuba or some of these countries like Ethiopia or whatever. This is just mind-blowing to me that a lot of people, they're going to die and they're going to work their whole lives and they're not going to see that much money ever in their lives. It's crazy. Like, it just baffles me how everything is just so weird, which I'm not like complaining or anything. I'm just like the intricacies, you know, of like money in the world and economics and all this shit.
And
it never fails to, it baffles me.
I think that number's a little aggressive. Because it's almost unfathomable to assume somebody's making millions off
Unfathomable.
Shorts. But again, that's a B. And this is only YouTube Shorts. If you combine only, that's not one of my favorite trigger words to get the chat going.
Only.
So we will be saying the word only from time to time. He only made a total.
He only made $100 million a month.
Of $103 million across the two. And that is MrBeast. YouTube revenue.
No wonder why his name is MrBeast. Guy lives up to his name.
$103 million a month.
Wow. A lot of y'all would kill for just 1 mil. A lot of y'all would kill for half a mil. A lot of y'all would kill for 10,000. What you mean a mil? What you mean? A lot of y'all would kill for 100 grand. A mil. What you mean a mil? A lot of y'all would kill for half a mil. For 10K, for 5K. A lot of y'all would kill for 1,000, bro. A lot of y'all would kill for what? $1. That's the truth. A lot of y'all would kill for $1. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding, bro. I'd kill for $1. I would kill for $1 totally. In my country, that is worth a lot of money. $1 here, man, I'm rich. I'm a millionaire. You know what I'm saying?
You almost might be Thinking like, are you sure, agent? I know a lot of people probably thinking, are you sure, agent? He is the biggest creator in the world. And I could assure you, YouTube makes billions more off of him.
Exactly. There are levels to this shit, bro. You gotta respect the game, huh? You gotta respect the game. There are levels to this shit.
I know it almost doesn't seem real, but that's why I be telling y'all, there's really levels to shit. There's really levels to shit, and this is the highest level. So if you ever thought like what the ceiling would be if you wanted to become a YouTuber, this is the ceiling. So it's not what the, even the Kais and the Speeds are not sniffing this. Just to
Exactly.
be clear. That's how large this is.
And this is just YouTube alone. He's not even talking about brand deals and businesses. He's making billions of dollars a year, which is completely mind-boggling to me, bro.
Of a number. This is such a...
And the guy's like, why, is he 30? I'm not even sure if he's 30. Like, he's not even 35 yet. Some shit like that. I don't know. He's super young, smart shit. Guy's a straight up genius.
Crazy number that no other creator on the planet is sniffing this. Okay? So that's why it feels bizarre. Because no matter how much money you think some of the streamers have and content creators have, the Facebook of the world and, you know, the laser beams, like the niggas that have been fucking cooking for mad long, nobody on earth is sniffing this. This is the ceiling when it comes to how much you can make off YouTube. That's why the number feels so fucking unreal. Because I usually shoot a little bit more conservative, but I mean, when you get 100 million views per video, now I will say he probably spends more than that on the creation of these views. But he's still making the money. He probably spends more than 103 million on the production of just the main channel videos. But he's...
Yeah, I mean, he has his own, I forgot how to say it. He's got his own thing, his own facility in which I think he bought the facility just for the production of the videos.
Still made
it's crazy.
100 million. All right, brand deals. This part's a little bit interesting because I think there's a cap here, right? Like, it's kind of like when one of your friends tell you, huh? You're gonna spend $100,000 on a Toyota? You're gonna spend $50,000 on a Honda Civic Type R? That's kind of how brands feel about YouTube. A brand will fucking shit out 7 Super Bowl ads because they want to be on the Super Bowl, but when it comes to YouTube, their marketing team can't yet fathom spending more than like a couple $1 million at the highest level. But if we just looked at his numbers again, when you're pulling 100 million views per video, you should be making more than $2 million on a brand deal, right? So I don't know if you've noticed, but you don't see many brand deals on the MrBeast channel anymore. Where you'll see the brand deals is on Beast Philanthropy, is on the Beast second channel, and is on his accessory channel. So these ones don't get 100 million views per video. So when the brand can't pay what he's charging for the main channel, he can say, well, this video is gonna get 14 million. We'll accept your $1.5 million brand deal, and it's gonna help, whatever, rescue childs in Africa, you know, help people see, whatever. So a brand wants to be associated with the MrBeast label. So it's essentially like the NBA does the same thing, right? If a brand comes to the NBA and they're like, oh, we have a tire sponsor, they'll dish the sponsor to the WNBA, to the 2K League, to whatever other affiliates. So the NBA is almost kind of like an advertiser agency in that it's like a funnel. Once you're in the umbrella, nigga, you can end up here. You can end up here, you can end up here, but no matter which way you end up, you're associated with the NBA. So, that being said, I actually don't think he makes that much off of brand deals compared to the 103 million he's making off YouTube. It's hard to tell, but I watch pretty much all his videos. We react to a bunch of them here on the channel, so I have a good sense of how many ads he does. And I will say, his ad integrations are impossible to skip. If you're a brand and you see his ad integrations, I mean, you can't really go wrong with a MrBeast ad integration. We've seen him on the gaming channel. We've seen him on the philanthropy channel. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say...
This is a W class, guys.
Based on the volume of deals, the rate I believe he's charging across all his...
I'm not even talking a lot because I'm just trying to pay attention. Is a really valuable lesson here.
...channels, like a good monthly number. Let me do some quick math in my head.
Suspense time.
Is anywhere from 15 to 20 million dollars a month. I'm gonna go on the high end for this, so I'm gonna say 20 mil a month. And I genuinely believe the only reason it's not higher is because he's throttled. He's throttled, right? He's
What you mean he's throttled?
throttled, and it's still a relevant revenue source. But I think a lot of the people that want, I know you're saying only, I know, but like he doesn't do a ton of these, and I think he doesn't need to, and I'll tell you why. There's a point where you become such a large content creator that you can make more money creating your own thing than promoting someone else's thing. Okay, this is an echelon that only a few people exist in.
Exactly. This is like the privilege of the privilege of the privilege.
He would rather create a toy company that he could sell in Target and Walmart that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars than to promote some toys for $5 million. And so you might be thinking this is low, but the reason this is low is because the priority is on the next category, which is business. There's a few things that we need to establish first about businesses, okay? Businesses, there's a big difference between active revenue and what it's worth. So let's say your business generates $12 million a year. Usually you could take a multiple of that. Sometimes if it's a recession, the multiple might be 5. Other times, if it's like a tech business, the multiple could be as high as 20, maybe even 30 if people get delusional enough, okay? We've seen these businesses where like the valuation makes no fucking sense whatsoever. But on average, the multiple is 10, okay? Unless it's some sort of like unique tech startup that the fucking San Francisco niggas jerk their dick to.
The fuck?
You're probably not sniffing anything over a 10 valuation. You would have to have something very unique about your business to do anything over 10, realistically, okay? So if, let's say Feastables made $10 million in the last year, which it didn't, it made way more, then Feastables will be worth $100 million. Not to be mistaken with its revenue of $10 million. The more relevant number is the revenue. The revenue drives the valuation. So when you guys hear that LeBron James is a billionaire, he's not making $1 billion, but his ownership in Liverpool, his ownership in this. Once you calculate all the valuations of the things he owns and what it's worth if it's sold, and I think that's the key. What it's worth if it's sold. Let me give you guys a good example.
Okay.
AMP would never sell, right? Because we don't want to lose control of it. But AMP is worth a lot. So AMP's valuation is irrelevant because we would never sell it. So we can run to a brand and fucking tell them like, oh, the valuation of AMP is this, but it wouldn't matter because we would never see that money from.
Dude, Agent is a fucking genius too. No wonder why he is where he's at. Just look at how smart the guy is, man. He knows a lot about business, like a lot of it.
AMP. And the value of owning AMP is we need to create a control. Like once a fucking nigga in a suit starts telling us what to do, we're gonna end up like FaZe. Factual. That's what happens. You can own a brand that can sell. Now we're cooking. Let me get some ums in the chat. Like you guys are saying Tone in the chat, but that's what Tone is though, right? Tone, let's say Tone made $10 million this year. Tone would be worth $100 million. So if this guy over here want to invest in Tone, he wants 10%, it's worth $100 million, he has to pay $10 million for 10% of Tone. But you wouldn't sell Tone at $100 million. You get me? You would grow Tone. Instead of doing brand deals, you would promote Tone. You would get Tone into the hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. Once it's in the hundreds of millions, now Tone is worth billions of dollars. Now you could sell 10% of Tone. Now you still retain control of Tone, because without us, without the person now, who's us, example, then you lose the main marketing piece. That's what MrBeast has done with Feastables at a level I wish I could probably give you in scope, okay? I'm going based off the numbers I seen, because I could at least, I see some of the charts, okay, in some of the retailers we're in and we're about to be in, okay? And
dude's got this, he's got this.
I want to tell you guys something. Can you go to any gas station in any store and get Feastables?
Pretty much yes. In Brazil, you can get Feastables. Dude, I was living in a town 3 hours away from me. It's called Oxo. It's a Mexican store. And the Feastable was there. I forgot what it is right now. The little thin thing. I forgot what it is. There's a name for it. My friend told me, I forgot the name, but it was selling in the store. I was like, what the fuck? Feastables here? And in Brazil, dog. In Brazil. And pretty much across all the oxos of Brazil. And pretty much, because like oxo is like all over Latin America. And all over the world. Not sure of all over the world, but definitely all over Latin America. And to think that Feastables are selling here is already a major like up for him, right? Because like how far can he go besides that? I haven't seen the chocolate yet, but I've seen the thin thing, which I forgot the name right now. But yeah, I mean, he's doing it. And do you know how much that costs? That costs $1 freaking dollar. $1.
I want you to know that once you have that level of distribution, it is an absolute impossibility that you're selling less than $100 million a year. And that's if your shit fucking sucks, okay? So, we now know he's generally making more than $100 million a year in revenue, in gross revenue. So that doesn't account for the expenses and stuff. He probably has more expenses than Hershey's. He doesn't do as much scale as Hershey's. And he doesn't use child labor like Hershey's. And so...
Whoa. What?
I don't know who said that.
The fuck?
I have no idea who said that. I don't know who said that, okay? So he probably does have higher expenses on an average bar. That's why I think his bars cost a little bit more, okay? So realistically, will he ever be able to get the price that low? Probably not without doing something really unethical. Factually. There's certain limits on what you can make if you want to do it ethically, and cocoa trade is one of the things you could do very unethically and get for mad cheap. So that being said, I think the main focus here should be Feastables, because that is
Yo, this word's crazy, dog. Come on, man.
really the driving force. And I would reckon most likely 80% of the overall revenue he generates off his businesses. I'm going to have to do some calculations in my head. And I'm going to be honest with you, this one will be kind of tough. Okay, I could be wrong. There's no way to tell. I've seen Feastables at Target, Walmart, grocery stores, all them grocery stores, gang. All the department stores, every department store you can think of. I've seen this shit at a fucking airport, my nigga. I've seen it in America. I've seen it in Canada. I've seen it, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen it in Australia.
Brazil.
It's around the world. That matters.
Around the world. Around the world.
Too. Global distribution. It matters a lot. I am under the impression that MrBeast is generating. I am under the impression, after my calculated, accurate analysis, that MrBeast is making $500 million in this last year on Feastables. I think that is a lot more than he was making last year, and definitely way more than he was making the year before that. This is a very healthy number. And if you do the quick math, that means that Feastables is worth $5 billion. Now, MrBeast doesn't own 100% of Feastables. There's probably some venture capitalist funds in there. His best friend that was a fucking millionaire that put in some money in the startups in the seed round. He probably had a couple rounds of investment so that he could generate enough money so he could stock up inventory for being in the department stores.
Venture capital.
All of that was probably a factor, okay? But let's say MrBeast owns 30%. If you ignored everything else and you took 30% of $5 billion, his net worth is easily in the billions. But again, that's net worth. That's not how much money he's actually generating. And then is the hard truth. He's probably not generating money from Feastables right now. And if he is, he's a bad businessman. He's probably investing all of it back in. So although there's a lot of revenue coming in, he's spending all of it, put it right back in so that he can continue to grow it, because what's better than $500 million a year is if you could find a way to beat Hershey's, and now you're making $5 billion a year.
Dude, this is so insane. God damn, man. It's like a gigantic person's war or whatever. I don't even know how to say it. Like, damn, dog. Imagine, like, one day you're a guy doing videos in your room, and like the next day you're freaking competing against Hershey's, And then now you're trying to take Hershey's down just so you can sell more products, just so you can make billions of dollars a year. Because now you're a fucking badass freaking multimillionaire or billionaire guy. Like, this whole entrepreneurship for me is just crazy. I love entrepreneurship, man. But it is a crazy game. Like, it is such a crazy, crazy game. That's insane to me.
Now, if you're making $5 billion a year, your company's worth $50 billion. You're 30%. And by then, it'd probably be lower than 30%. It might be like 20% or something like that, whatever, 15%, right? You'd be surprised how little the owners own once they get into late stage. It could be as low as like 5%. Maybe they only own 2%. It just depends on how you grow your company, how fast it grows, and how much money it needs, right? Certain companies that have like lots of rounds of investing, like Uber and them, you know, it's round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. Even the original owners don't own nothing, gang. Like, they might own 0.5%, nigga, 2%, some shit like that. It just depends on how many people are involved in the overall. OpenAI, that's a good example of like the people that started it probably own next to nothing. But their next to nothing will probably be worth billions. You get what I'm saying? You'd rather own 0.5% of a company worth $100 billion than to own 100% of a business that's worth nothing. So,
it's just insane knowledge.
I will make a calculated analysis that I think Feastables probably makes up like, and all the things in the scope of Feastables branding, all kind of make up 80% of what I would consider his business revenue, okay? I think MrBeast is generating $600 million. This is a year. So low-key, I should probably get it down to a month just so it kind of adds up with the rest of the board. $50 million a month. Okay, so you might be thinking, oh wow, he's still actually making more on YouTube than he is on his businesses. And you'd be right. But two things are true. One, the YouTube channel
is the generator of everything else.
It's actually the engine that fuels the business as of right now. So the YouTube channel is...
So it's like there's a whole system behind it, you know, the one in which there's a funnel and it drives traffic for people, and he makes these amazing videos so that he can sell the products for people all over the world, and he's got to keep doing this over and over again. And there's a whole system that needs to be all imperfect. They need to match, you know, everything. So it works, because if the amount of views drops, then he's not gonna make as many sales because he's relying on that, because Feastable is not established yet, or I don't know. Like, it's so dynamic. This is a crazy world, dog.
Still, by far the most important factor. It's just amazing distribution and amazing promotion. And two, in a year from now, if he's still executing as well as he is right now, his businesses will be generating more revenue than his YouTube channel. And remember, he can't sell the YouTube channel. It wouldn't be wise to. But he can sell the businesses. So, I will say, MrBeast is playing a very risky game. If MrBeast even has a hint of falling off, he will be in catastrophic debt. Because none of this shit could fail. It's kind of like owning a McLaren. It's amazing when it's working, but as soon as you start having issues, say fucking goodbye, my nigga. So,
damn. It's like everything, exactly what I say. Everything has to work in perfect, like, alignment for it to, you know, maintain the engine alone. So, dude, this is insane.
I would reckon that this is the lion's share, if not all, of the revenue that he generates. And then comes my final point. I think he's breaking even. I think he puts all of it back in the hopes that it doubles by next year. It's not that he can't buy nice things. He could definitely take some money out and buy some nice things. But I think he benefits more by just putting the money back in, letting that shit double by next year. And chat, I'm gonna ask you a question. If you thought 50 million a month could become 100 million a month, if you had to live humbly for another year, would you do it? Most would.
Sure.
Would.
I would.
So to add it all up, MrBeast is making 100.
And besides, MrBeast is not the type of person who's, or at least he doesn't seem like he's the type of person who's gonna go and start balling, because all he does is work all the time. He doesn't even care anymore. He just loves YouTube, loves videos. So it's not like he's gonna change his lifestyle any soon.
$73 million a month. If you multiply that by 12, Mr. Beast is generating, according to my calculations, $2 billion a year. Is it all being reinvested so next year could be 5, 10? Probably. But when he looks at his balance sheet, is that the number he fucking sees? Absolutely.
W video.
And if you ever wondered what the ceiling is, this is it.
This is it. This is the ceiling. And the thing that I compare, just for reference, I compare Mr. Beast to Jim Simons, which was the guy that made 60% a year for 40 years, and he made $31 billion. But that was at the age of 88 years old, if I'm not mistaken. So like he pretty much cracked the code of Wall Street, and they created their own fund. Like the guys are fucking ultra genius, right? He was a mathematician. And at 88 years old, he made $31 billion, and then he pretty much gave all of it away to charity. And then Mr. Beast, like not even 40, he's not even half his age, and he's already generating that kind of money. Like that's how far Mr. Beast is taking this game, and he can surpass so much people, and all of that due to the internet. This is how powerful the internet was. Like because we are alive in this era of digital content and shit like that, this is probably one of the luckiest times for us to be alive, and some of us don't even recognize it. So yeah, I mean, this is crazy. What do y'all think, guys? That was the video. Credits for Agent. Amazing video. This video was kind of long, but yeah, I love it. What do y'all think? What do you guys think? Do you think that's how much money he makes? Do you think that's how much money he makes? He's straight up genius. Love the guy's story. I look up to him, and yeah, it's kind of cool. So yeah, if you like the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Take care.